Citizens.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna always bring you the best and give you something that is gonna be good for your soul
Yes.
and to live life. There's a book called Breaking My Family's Poor Health Chain. What True Health Is. Wait a minute, let me
Wow.
just read that again. Can I read it with a little bit? Robert, will you read it with a little bit more churchiness on it? Could you read it one more time?
Breaking my family's poor health change.
Yes.
What true health is.
Yes, yes, yes. You know how they
This
say
is wonderful.
they say to the person, she'd be like, first giving honor to God, who's
Right.
truly the head of my life,
Right.
pastor, saints, and friends. The announcements this morning. I want to talk to you about a book called "Breaking My Family's Poor Health Chain: What Truth Health Is." And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have in our congregation today Sister
Wanda
Tawanda
Wilson.
Wilson.
Welcome,
Sister
welcome,
Tawanda,
sister.
how you doing, darling?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I just need to zoom in on her a little bit, get real close up with her, so that everybody can see this beautiful, healthy African American queen that
Yes.
is with us. Yes, Robert Earl.
What inspired you to write this book?
My family. My
Okay.
family had poor health, and I wanted
all
to
can
do something
identify.
different. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yes.
We were told about the genetics.
Yes.
It's hereditary.
Yes.
And what I found was that wasn't true. And so I wrote this book.
Amen. Amen.
She's telling you the truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay. so this real talk.
Yes.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of books out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this. It's put together
Oh, my
beautifully.
God.
The cover
Look at
is
the
beautiful.
cover.
The back picture of you is beautiful. But when I actually open this book, tell me how this book is going to help change my life. Because, I know my wife is going to be like saying, did you get the book? So tell me how this is going to help me with my family.
It's going to help change generations, because once you start making changes with yourself, your family's going to start, and that's going to make generational changes. Now, there's 8 chapters in this book. This book is set up to not only give you positive action steps that you can take for each chapter, it also gives you tips on how to actually start working through the 8 essential lifestyle functions, and that's basically what the book is about. There are 8 essential lifestyle functions that you have to live in order to be healthy.
Wow.
And if you're not living one of those, then your health can be out of whack. Everything is about balance.
Yes.
So one thing out of balance, and
It throws
we don't have
everything
that.
off.
Yeah, it throws everything off.
Okay, no, normally it's 7, because that's the number of completion. But then you got 8 because that's new beginnings.
There's 8. And I didn't think about that,
See?
but that's a possibility.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. But it definitely is 8. When you look at it, like, you have 8 essential lifestyle functions. Your mindset is the first one, and that's one that a lot of people forget.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
mindset is 1.
Mindset is 1.
What's 2?
Nutrition,
Nutrition.
exercise.
Wait a minute. Let me stop there. Mindset. Get your mind
Mindset,
right.
get it right.
Get your mind
Because
right.
it starts, I'm a coach. So it starts with the mind, and once you get the mind right, everything else can fall in line.
It can, and so with the mindset, understanding your patterns of behaviors,
Yes, ma'am.
your beliefs, your values, why you do the things you do,
Emotional
why you think the
eating.
way you think, exactly, why you're not exercising, why you have to get, you have to dig
Okay.
deep. If you don't dig that deep, then whatever goal you set, it's not going to. If your why is not big enough, it's not going to work.
Okay, so wait a minute. So number 1 is mindset. Robert O'Dean, we working on our mindset about fried chicken, right?
Well, the thing is, with the mind, moderation and balance. It's okay to eat chicken, because you can cook chicken in a healthy way and it still be fried.
No, I said fried.
You can cook chicken with fried chicken, and it can be healthy.
Okay, praise the Lord. Okay, so I'm trying to shift my mind. Okay, so now
He
the
loves chicken.
mindset is 1. Number
Okay.
2 is.
Nutrition.
Okay, talk to me about nutrition.
So what do you want to know about nutrition? So let me say this about
Do I have
nutrition.
to become a vegan to be healthy?
You know what? If you have health issues, the vegan diet has been scientifically known to actually help get better.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that you have to continuously be vegan.
See.
You got to decide what works for you, and then we got to make sure that it works.
That's
and
important.
then put it in balance.
That's
so
important.
you get to decide if you want to eat meat, but what we do in America is we eat way too much
overdo.
meat. And that's the problem. We overdo anything.
Yes,
like
ma'am.
we will overdo too much stuff. We usually overdo the bad stuff, though.
You're right.
Nobody's overeating vegetables. Like, that's
Come
not
on,
happening.
we're not overeating,
And so
resting
we
properly.
live and die on a cellular level. So if your cells are not being restored and repaired and allowed to make energy, which is ATP, then you can't heal.
No, 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 stop with you. She said ATP. I said, did she say ATP?
ATP, which is energy.
Yeah, I mean, I want people to know what it is.
Yeah.
So what is ATP?
It's energy. So our cells actually create energy for us, the mitochondria, and it's called ATP. So you're you have to live on a cellular level. So if you're not eating the right foods, which are like antioxidants and phytonutrients, which is what feed our cells. Proteins don't feed our cells in that sense, right? When we talk about protein, so you have to stop the free radicals, which are damaging the cells.
Yes.
Okay.
We create free radicals by just breathing.
Yes.
So if we're breathing every day and we're creating these bad cells, and we're not eating enough fruit and vegetables, then the cells don't get repaired. And then on top of that, we go to sleep at 12 or 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So now your cells are not getting another antioxidant, which is melanin. Right?
Okay.
Melanin actually helps repair our cells at nighttime. So we're not getting that.
See?
So we wake up and we're still tired, and now we don't have energy. And we're going to go and get some coffee because we can't go through the day, and that's going to be acidic to an already acidic body. So we're just continuously doing things one over top of the other, and it just damages us.
So is that why black don't crack? Because we got so much melanin?
Yeah, well, that's another story. We're going to talk about that another day. But yes, now that definitely has a lot to do with how and why we age. Melanin is important.
But you can have pretty skin and be sick and out of shape too.
That's true. And so one of the things I talk about in the book is, we judge our health off of how we look and how we feel.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that's the worst thing to do.
It's the worst.
It's the worst thing, because what does cancer look like before you have cancer? Before you know it, you have diabetes, at least 30 years. You're already going down that road 30 years before you come down with it. So what does it look like? My mom was a size 3-4, but she had cancer. She was small. So being small or being big, that's not
a myth. Especially in the color people, and I'm putting us all together. The color people, we all think that. If you look a certain way,
then you
gotta
healthy.
be.
Oh, you must.
I'm a track coach, and some of the skinniest people are the worst.
That's right.
31
I'm a
years,
track runner.
and some of them are the worst in shape. You'd be like, you can't run a lap, and you're thin.
Right. And see, there's a difference. Now, let me explain this. There's a difference in being fit and being healthy.
There you go.
There's a difference. So we look at somebody that's fit, that have muscles, bodybuilders, and, or women that have these small waists, and we look at that and we go, oh, she must be healthy. That's fitness. Like, you can go out and run or lift weights and do all these things, but that has nothing to do with your health. So we look at social media.
It's like
we saw
dressing
these
it
people.
up.
Exactly. And we look at people on social media and we're thinking, oh, they look great all the time. And most of them are sick.
That's image.
Well, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We have mindset is 1. Nutrition is 2. What's 3?
Let's go with detox. Detoxing.
Girl, I was detoxing this morning.
How so?
You don't want to know, but it was I was eliminating and detoxing all.
So that's the first thing that we should do when we wake up in the morning. Like, we should be drinking water so that we can get rid of the toxins that our body has just kind of gotten rid of, and then we should have a bowel movement. Most people don't.
I'm regular. Hallelujah.
That's the craziest thing. Preach on that, brother. But that's the craziest thing is that I literally, almost before I even go to bed, I might drink a half a gallon of water. Okay. And then the other half, when I get up, I want to drink another half because it literally boots my system for the day. And I have that elimination that you're talking about every morning. And then throughout the day, I have to continually say, drink.
Right.
And so detox is number 3. What's number 4?
Let's go with exercise.
Exercise, okay.
That's the thing that most people don't want to do.
Right. So the 2 things, though, that people, when we talk about health, is nutrition and exercise, and that's where we stop.
Right.
It's like, if we're doing nutrition and exercise, then we're healthy.
Right.
No, that's not the case, because we have to have that mindset. We have to detox, and and then we have to exercise. So finding the right type of exercise for you is essential. What do you need to do? What are you looking at doing? And then you have to mix that up. You can't keep doing the same thing, because you're going to lose weight when you start doing an exercise, or when you start doing an exercise routine.
Naturally.
But then you have to switch it up so that you can kind of shock your body. And we have to do that same thing with food as well. You want to switch up when you're eating and how you're eating. You have to go through that feast and famine state, because our bodies are naturally designed to do that. Our bodies are not designed to overeat. And so we never actually famine. Like we just continuously eat. So when you're eating, your body is building. But when you fast or when you're detoxing, you go through this thing called autophagy, and the body is actually able to clean itself and eat up cells.
I want you to say that again.
Autophagy.
Yes. Yeah.
This woman know her stuff.
Yeah.
We all better get this book.
I mean, she said that word.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all are funny.
This is good though.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Thank you, thank you.
Because you know, with our people, if you put something out and you just look like, girl, you need that lemonade, go get you some. Then they're like, okay, she don't know what she's talking about. But everybody sitting up here like, oh, where I'm gonna get this book. Matter of fact, while we're talking about this, how can they get your book? Because I know that let's put that up in the feed. How we can get her book, and so that as we continue to talk, people can go start buying.
You can actually purchase the book on Amazon.com.
And so for everybody, I just put a very long a link in the feed, but that takes you directly to her book on Amazon. And if you might say, well, can I really afford the book? The book on Amazon on Kindle is only $9.99, and the book paperback, this right here, is $15. Y'all go out and spend $15 because we're at number 4, and now you need to take me to number 5.
Number 5, we are going to go with, let's go with structure.
Okay.
So your structure. So we sit most of the time, right? Understanding that your nervous system and your structure, your spinal cord is essential. Those nerves go out to organs, and those organs actually feed our bodies. So if you have someone who's in the military or someone who has a scoliosis and there's the structure of the spine is not working like it's supposed to, nerves can't send the signals like they need to those organs and to the body for it to function, even from the spinal cord, down. So your structure is essential. So we look at doing things like chiropractic. We always think about chiropractic when you get in a car accident. I started my children getting chiropractic when they were babies. Getting adjusted. Yes, by getting adjusted when they were babies.
Okay, now see, you done got into a place where people like saying she done adjusted her kids. Let's talk about adjust, because I think that the word adjustment sounds much more doable than going to a chiropractor. So let's talk about that, and how do we know where and how to go? Because I got adjusted once before, and I just didn't. It felt good, and I felt like I was adjusted. I just didn't feel comfortable where the adjustment was taking place, and I didn't feel like, well, what if they snapped the wrong way? And so. What should people look for when they're looking to go through adjustment and things of that nature?
So one, they have to know what's going on and why they're going. So when I work with clients, what I'm looking at is if they have structural issues. So let's say their curve in their neck is straightening up, then I need them to go to a chiropractor that works on structure, and they're looking to balance that curve in the neck. If they're just going to make them maintain, then I can send them to a different type of chiropractor that's not necessarily looking at changing the structure of their spine. They're just kind of getting corrective care, at that point, or just balancing. So you want to be mindful of like what type of chiropractor you're actually going to. I love chiropractors that really are going to x-ray you and see what's going on, and then re-x-ray you to see what's actually taking place. So a lot of chiropractors don't do that, and one, because insurance companies don't pay for it.
Oh, yes.
So oftentimes we're getting care dependent upon our health insurance, and so you're allowing your health insurance to tell you how much care and health you can actually get. So we have to step away from that a little bit and understand, like, we have to give our bodies what it needs. So the adjustment that a lot of people are nervous about is the neck adjustment, right? Somebody like twisting the neck, and most people say you're cracking the neck. Well, when you crack your knuckles, you hear that noise. The same noise and basically it's just air being released.
Yes.
And that's all it is. So if you understand that and you relax, then you're just going to get the adjustment and it goes. But what we do is we tense up because we've been taught like somebody's going to pop this or do, and that's not the case. Like, chiropractic has been going on forever, and they have the lowest insurance because you don't really get hurt in that sense like your MDs.
I'm going to connect you with a friend of mine. Her name is Flora. Her last name is Hyacinth. I think it's Hykinth, but she was a 3-time Olympian and a former world-class triple jumper with the world record, and she has gone to school for it, and she works on that, and she works on all the other stuff with it, with the balls and stuff. So she's beyond what the normal chiropractors do. She works on the adjustment, and then the follow through to help get you strong again.
Exactly.
So I'm going to connect you with her.
And your athletes like athletes should definitely have a chiropractor. So my children all ran track, and we made sure that they got chiropractic adjustments because it keeps
that
the
pounding.
structure in, and making sure that your hips and your knees and ankles are in alignment so that you don't hurt yourself. So our professional athletes end up going to chiropractors, but we don't do that with our children, growing up. And if you get with a team that's not going to give you that, then
that doesn't
you
have
don't.
a coach that really cares about that kind of stuff.
And then
That's
you
a
have,
whole other ballgame.
and you have that's the coach matters.
Yes.
And if
Because
you
mine
have a
go to
coach that
masseuses
understands
too.
exactly.
I take them to masseuse and to
Exactly, a pre and post
chiropractor.
massage
Yes.
is beneficial.
Yes.
And then even adding in acupuncture and stuff like that.
Ice
Some
baths.
chiropractors will do that.
ice baths
Exactly.
that you have to have.
So it's essential.
So now we done popped the neck, adjusted the body.
That's wonderful.
We done worked on the mind, the nutrition. We done worked on a word that I can't remember. But now let's go to number 5.
We're gonna go to sleep.
We gonna go sleep?
Sleep is essential, and we talked about that a bit ago. So you gotta sleep. Your body heals itself when it sleeps. The body repairs itself. So it's not, and most people will say, oh, I got 8 hours. It's not about just getting 8 hours. It's when you actually go to sleep, because every hour before 12 o'clock is like getting 2 hours of sleep. So when we're going to bed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter that you're sleeping till 8 o'clock. That's not the same. Your body's not going to get through the sleep cycles like they're supposed to. And when they need to, the amount of time that they need to, which is 90 minutes for each sleep cycle, if you're really looking at it. So the body has to go through this process so that it can rebuild and repair
Okay, I'm gonna
itself.
interrupt you again.
Okay.
You dropped nuggets and everybody like, okay, you said 90 minutes per each sleep cycle. So how many sleep cycles is it?
7.
7 sleep cycles.
That's a perfect number.
Yes.
Well, if there's 7 sleep, that's a lot of sleep.
It's not a lot of sleep.
That's 7.
But think about
that's
children,
11.
right?
That's 11 hours. Over 11 hours of
Right,
sleep.
but all of them are not going to be 90 minutes. All of them are not
Okay,
going to be.
okay.
So you want to get
Ooh,
into your
my
deep
back start
REM sleep.
hurting.
You want to get into your sleeps, like your deep sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
That's where you want to get.
Okay.
So if you get into your deep sleep, then you're actually getting into that rebuild and repair state. But most of us go to sleep so late that we never get to that deep sleep, and we don't get a chance to stay in deep sleep long enough.
Yeah, people tell you I could go to sleep. I'll be on the air sometime and just go ahead and take a nap.
Yes, he
That's
does.
Wait
different.
Wait,
Because
Yes, he
back
does,
up.
but he does it from being fatigued, from
Yes.
running.
Don't be,
Exactly.
wait, hold on.
And let me
Don't
tell
be
you
telling
this.
my business. Let me tell on myself.
Tell
just told
your
me
own
yourself.
testimony.
Yeah,
Right.
tell on myself.
You just told it.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
the thing is we have to sleep in total darkness. You were made in total darkness, and your body heals in total darkness.
Wow.
Yeah, I like darkness.
Yeah.
I like the total darkness.
But you have to.
Uh-huh.
So what we do is we sleep and we have the lights on, we have computer on, we have our
Yes.
cell phones
Something
beside us.
still
We have
subconscious.
all of that stuff going,
Mhm.
and it's just not beneficial because melanin does not come out until it's dark.
Wow.
Like
I didn't
light.
know that.
Yeah. So in the daytime, we want to go outside, and it's not a good idea to wear sunglasses so that your eyes can actually see the sun and actually know what time it is. So that your body knows when to start toning down melatonin and picking up, serotonin, and then picking up melatonin.
Wow.
Because if you think about back in the day, everything, once it got dark, you didn't do much,
Nothing.
right? It was like, it was time to go to sleep once it
Well,
started
it
getting
depends.
dark.
It got dark. I'll just play.
But even in that, it was still done in darkness, right?
It's still done in
And then you go right to sleep.
Praise
Yes.
the Lord.
Right.
And then you go right to sleep. So
Yeah,
even
yeah.
in that, it's still the same.
So it makes sense. It all makes sense.
But we don't sleep like that.
Uh-huh.
We have light coming in from the curtains. We have light.
Yes.
Like nobody's blacking out the room. So black out your room and just truly get good sleep so that your body repairs itself. And I can promise you, if you turn off everything and even cover the clock, you will wake up and feel like you had a lot
Refreshed.
of you're going to be ready to go. You're going to wake up. Your body will wake up naturally. You won't even need an alarm clock. Your body will just wake up.
So now we done did 6, and that's sleep. Give me 7.
Let's go with... I'm going to put the EMS in here. EMS, so emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Let's put that
Well,
one.
all right.
Those are all good
That's that number of completion. Get your spirit right. Get your emotion right. Get your life right with Jesus. Okay, go ahead.
So, You're funny. So emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. I usually use that one at number 8 because it goes right back around to number
Right.
1. But emotionally, we don't talk about emotional and mental health and well-being. So we are always in this area where we feel like this tiger's chasing our tail from stress, which is the next one. And we're not getting our emotions and our mental stability together. Like we're not dealing with it. We our men can't be emotional because if you're emotional then you're a punk,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So we can't deal with the emotions on that end of it. So it's just kind of like
We
we
ain't
want to suck it in. You're not, but
Yes,
that's
but that's
the,
a
that's
general
what
statement.
we hear. It's like
Especially
you
for
gotta be a
colored-
man, you gotta
especially
step
for
up, you
colored
gotta do
people.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's
I
like
try to tell people all the time, Robert O'Dean wrote this song, "Try Jesus, but don't try."
I didn't write that.
No.
Yeah, but you're right because then we internalize so much, and that's how cancer comes and all that stuff,
Exactly.
internalizing stuff,
right,
and
and that's
stressing out.
exactly. And we have to have that spiritual connection. That's the other part of
Whatever
that. So
your being
emotional,
is, as they say.
whatever it is,
Right.
wherever you choose to,
Right.
but you have to have that connection
something.
and know that you're taking time to do meditating and getting into that whether it's meditating or you're praying or
That's why
and
yoga
there's
is
different
so
type
good.
of praying.
That's why
There's
yoga
different
is
types
so
of
good.
meditation and yoga is the same because you're clearing the mind
Yes.
and you're not stressing, so you're relieving that stress. So
Yes.
that's that mental part of that.
My track team does that as well.
Exactly. Yep. You just made it.
Yes, and I'm the head track coach at San Diego High.
Hey,
we
San
we,
Diego
we
High.
incorporate all those things.
I love
Because
that.
I'm under Olympians. I've been taught by Olympians.
Gotcha.
So we bring more than just the normal high school stuff.
Oh, God. So you're setting them up.
Yes.
So you guys are setting
Well, I'm
them
setting
up.
them up for college.
Yeah.
And my
And you're
kids go
setting
to
them up for a
college.
long term. If they're looking and working with these 8 essentials, then you will have athletes that are not just going through college and getting into the pros, but actually able to live life after the pros.
Successfully.
Because our pros are in places where by the time they're in their 30s and 40s, they can't live. They can't even pick up their kids, especially like our football
Right, they
players.
can't move.
Because we've done so much damage to their bodies. We're letting them rebuild with McDonald's food. Or we're taking them to KFC after an event and all these places.
That's so true.
And that's not feeding them.
No.
Have
I like
See, now
Popeyes too.
you're talking to a vegan, so that you're talking
Oops,
to
I
a
like
vegan,
Popeyes too,
so,
but
yeah.
haven't gone as much.
No, it's okay because I did vegan for a year.
Did you?
And it's amazing. And it's not expensive. It's just in a variety. But I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. We're gonna get to number 8. But when it's fun to be a vegan,
Right.
when you have other vegans around you. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And at that
Okay.
time when I did it for a year, I had a vegan coach,
Mm-hmm.
and we it was this fun experiencing all this new food. I made a joke and everybody got mad at me and said that I was gonna have some vegan chitlins, and they were like saying there's not such thing as vegan chitlins. I Googled it, there is a restaurant that will make vegan chitlins and everything like that. Now. I don't eat chitlins in the first place,
Right.
So I don't want no vegan chitlins. But it was just funny because when you are vegan, the real thing about being a vegan is the flavor, And I tell people all the time, if you get past meat and everything else and just deal with the flavor that you are attracted to, you can be a vegan.
As long
Yeah.
as it's cooked right.
Yeah, that's true. Those
Some of
are
it's just
actually.
like
I think
crap.
both of you guys are exactly on. One, chicken doesn't taste like anything. Chicken tastes like the seasoning that
Yeah.
you put on it.
Right, there you go.
So that's it, and so that kind of goes into what you're saying. As long as it tastes right, like we have different taste buds than a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
people don't taste the way we taste.
No.
That's part of that melanin thing that we were talking about, right? So like we taste differently.
But
So
Plant
we season
Power,
differently.
Plant Power,
I love
it's a fast food place. They have one by San Diego State and one by Ocean
Yeah.
Beach. Plant Power.
And we like Loving Hut. We like Sips. There's a lot of
Yes.
vegan restaurants. And San Diego is growing.
It is
and
growing.
It's becoming like a little capital of vegan
And
restaurants.
You guys let me know where to go.
Nick
Oh,
Cannon
yeah,
opened
yeah,
up
we-
one.
We got you.
Oh.
We
Nick
got
Cannon
you.
opened up one, a restaurant in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask number 8, and then and watch this. I'm gonna do number 8, and my next 2 questions are gonna be, how many children again? Are you still married? And then that's gonna be my 4th question is gonna be based on those questions.
Okay. So number 8 is stress. So we have to manage stress properly.
Yes.
So if you have an argument with your wife and then
Uh-huh.
you leave and you're in a stressful state, meaning your cortisol levels are high, and which means that your glucose is probably high and all this other stuff because those are hormones and they can get imbalanced. You leave and you come to the office and you have a stressful day here, so you've been stressed, and your body still feels like the tiger's chasing your tail, even though you and your wife are no longer arguing. You still are holding on to that, and so your cortisol levels are going to be up. Cortisol will keep weight around our midsection,
Wow.
and it increases our glucose. And you are funny, and so it just continues to go. So it's not just, oh, I'm stressed, because usually when I ask clients, are you stressed? They go, oh no, I handle stress pretty good. I'm not asking you if you handle stress pretty good. I'm asking you, are you stressed? And if so, then we need to adjust that, and we need to stop, because your body's not going to do what it needs to do if it's in if it's in a fight or flight type of state.
You're right.
We need to be in a rest and repair in order to build health. And so that fight or flight, you're always going. You're just ready, and there's no fight. There's no fight, so your body's pumping out all this adrenaline, ready for you to do this, and then you're gaining weight with it. So we don't understand, like, how, again, going back to the stress and the mental, all of it's connected. And so we have to stop looking at the body as these compartmentalized pieces and understand that it's a whole. Yeah, the body is a whole. It's a whole unit, and it works, and you have to make sure that you're addressing all of that. And I think that's kind of where we fail with, modern medicine. Like, we don't look at all of that.
And how many children do you have?
I have 3 children. They are 27, 25, and 21.
And is there a husband at home?
Not anymore. There's no husband.
Well, that leads me into what's happening tonight. Where will you be tonight?
I don't know where I will be. Actually, I take that back. I will actually be at say that one more time. True Food Kitchen. We have a book signing at True Food Kitchen tonight.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna see that's the caveat. She has a book signing tonight at True Food's Kitchen at 7. Is it?
It's 7.
At 6. At 6 o'clock, you can come out, meet the author, kick it with the author, get you some good food, and get this book. And for all you people that love the Lord, and she's single, praise the Lord. Children are grown, and she an entrepreneur. I'm just saying, bring your $15 and meet this young lady right here. The book $15 tonight.
$15.
Okay, you got a 20 on you right now?
No.
You don't have a 20 on you.
Do you have Cash App?
Yes.
Okay, we gonna see. We know that because we on the air, we get a free book, but we're gonna sow our seed into your ministry, and we're gonna buy our book, because we really truly believe that this is a book that's life changing. We don't let everybody on the show, because the publisher of Noah Ark, we beefing. We are beefing because he ain't saved, but he only saved on Sunday and Thursdays. You know what I'm saying?
We'll pray for him,
but we believe that we're gonna get him in a full 7 day. But it's only if he puts this book to work.
Gotcha.
Because when he gets stressed, we'll get that off there.
Can she tell her Cash App?
Okay, so but let me finish, because we drive him to Amazon, because that's where all right, okay. But if we get him to read this book and apply it to his life, he'll be less stressed and get and everything else that nature, and then we'll get his salvation. No, I want to say this. But before you go, I want to say this. A shout out to brother Laval Bell. He is doing some amazing work with the authors, and he's letting powerful works coming out. As you guys know, we have him coming here, and we're going to be interviewing him on the Children's Journal through COVID.
She's published through him.
Yeah, she is published through him, and he's the one who hooked up this interview. I love this brother because I can harass him, we can fuss at each other, but we do good work together. And he said, brother, you have to meet this young lady, Sister Wilson. She will change your life. Now, I don't know if he was trying to tell me that I look stressed, and because he looked at my midsection. I don't know what it was.
No, he just said that she would change your life because of the knowledge.
Praise the
Lord.
Given all of us. Now, what do you see the difference in a person that eats out of emotion and a person that won't eat nothing because they're in emotion?
They're both in, it depends on the person that's not eating anything, like when they actually eat. Because when you eat when you are stressed, your body is not ready to break down that food. It can't, because you're still in that fight or flight. And when you're in fight or flight, your body needs to stay, like, all of your energy is going to be there. So it's not going to be towards digesting your food.
Wow.
So that's one thing. Now, if this person is dealing with the stress and they're not eating, and then they're getting past that point and then they're eating, they would be in a better position than the person that eats.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I just want to let you know that we're very, very excited about
awesome.
this book, Breaking My Families. Not myself. She said my families. I want generations to come. Breaking my family's poor health chain. Break every chain. I'm not going to sing the song. I'm going to play it.
Thank you.
What true health is. We want to thank Tawanda. I want to say Tawanda, but it's Tawanda Wilson for coming and
awesome.
being with us here. I believe this is a bestseller book.
I do
want
too.
to share this, and we want to see you go as far
Yes.
as the Lord says for you to go, because I want you to know that's the God that we know. And the God that we know is a God that says when we put out good information
Yes.
and good energy,
Yes.
He blesses us. He said if you have a vision, if He gives you the vision, He will also give you the provision to do this. And I thank God that you are traveling around the country promoting your book, but literally you are promoting changes that will be for generations to come.
Yes.
Any final words, my sister?
I just want to tell everyone thank you so much.
This
Thank
is
you
awesome.
for everyone that actually does come out, and I look forward to seeing everybody. And thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I truly
This is
appreciate
wonderful.
it.
People need this knowledge because we all can identify in the Browns
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
the colored people. That's including all of us that are not the Caucasian people.
Right.
We all eat, and sometimes we don't eat the correct way because it's part of our culture or our tradition.
Right. And the misinformation, I think the last thing that I would say is we've been the miseducation
Yes, ma'am.
around what true health is. We
Yes.
have to really get a hold of what true health
Yes,
is. And I
ma'am.
think this book is Breaking My Family's Poor Health Chain is the start of that for anybody. You can read it and you will have a better understanding about health, and then it should get you going on really wanting to fall in love with the process of taking care of yourself.
I think it's awesome.
Amen. You heard it here right on GOD Radio. The links are up. I want to see you all go
Yes.
to that link and get
Support.
this book. It looks like a very quick read, but a very thorough read.
Yes.
It's not a ton of pages, but the what they say, if you want to
With the
hide
contents.
something from us,
Yes.
put it in a page of a book. Well, look at it. She even got it on Kindle. And I believe in my spirit, I just heard in my spirit that an audio book is going to come soon. For those people that need it but just don't want to read it, they can listen to it and read and have the book in front of them and go for it. I truly, truly believe that this is life changing.
Yes.
This is what we need.
We need
this
it in our
season.
families.
And I love the fact that Tawanda Wilson, who is certified, qualified, and knows what she's talking about, is available to walk you through this. So if they want to get in contact with you now, or hire you as an encouragement coach or whatever, how would they do that?
They can actually reach me at tawandawilson@gmail.com.
That's what you got. I'm gonna say it like the people from the community. Y'all call Tawanda Wilson, and you can get all that information. She is a lovable, likable, and knowledgeable person, and we want to make sure that you connect with her. Right here on GOD Radio, we have a wonderful week planned for you next week. Robert O'Dean, you have the list, or you just want to say stay tuned?
Stay tuned, but I gave you the list. So
it's gonna be like
So
that?
Monday we have the one and only my sister from another mister, Miss LaShonda Dindy. She is a singer with LA Mass. She's done numerous gigs with Coolio. She is the voice you hear on the song by Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg and Dogg. That's her doing all the ad lib on there. She was a background singer with Anastasia, Brandy, Barry
Let's say
White.
something for the interview. Go to the next
Yes.
one.
Well, you could have did this. Praise the Lord.
No, I don't
Okay,
know.
and then we also have Isaac Wilson, Avow. He's a radio personality out of Atlanta, and he has a song called LOVE that we play on here. He's Tuesday. Wednesday, we have Tamara Edwards, a wonderful testimony. This young lady's from the Bay Area. She's a singing sensation, and she is going through some challenges, but God is bringing her through. You'll be blessed by her testimony. And Thursday, we have Miyoshi. Neoshi Trayel
Yeah.
is very unique, and she's going to be awesome. She's going to show us another side of gospel, because gospel music comes in different sounds. It's not just the church choir. It's not just the person with the choir robe on. There's so many forms and styles they're giving you the good news of Jesus Christ.
And you know she different because her name is Miyoshi.
Right. And last but not least, this is a icon in gospel music, Jeffrey LaValle. He's written hits for everybody. Wilmington Chester Mass. He wrote True Victory, a hit by Keith Pringle and the Pentecostal Community Choir. We're going to delve into his history as a writer and producer, so stay tuned for that Friday.
And then for all our listeners that are based in San Diego, California, I want you to go down to True Foods tonight
Yes.
at 6 p.m. and meet this wonderful lady
Yes,
by the
let's
name
support.
of
Let's support.
Tawanda Wilson, and get your book, be a part of it. And if you say, you know what, my schedule won't allow it, just go to the link, go to Amazon, and get that book, Breaking My Family's Poor Health Change, What True Health Is. You heard it first right here on GOD Radio. We're going to end off with our boy Greg Harris. That's the God I Know. Right here on GODRadio1.com.
.com.
Have a major, extraordinarily great weekend.